Now let's turn to a few strategies on maximizing your Social Security benefits. Again, in this brief presentation, I can't give you all of them because there are literally thousands of iterations. There are, just in basic form, for an individual, 9 different choices in Social Security. For a married couple, 81 different choices. So it's a monster to just talk about on the screen. But let's go through some of the basics quickly. So you ask, when should I start taking Social Security benefits? Well, here's a slide that gives you the skinny in one picture. If you'll look at age 62, you could take a 25% reduction, again assuming full retirement age is 66, but you could end up with 32% more than the full retirement amount if you waited to age 70. Remember, as we're deciding when you begin drawing Social Security, that if you're a FERS employee, your special retirement supplement will end at 62. For some of you, that means you will need to draw Social Security at age 62 and will not have the privilege the potential to delay that benefit. Let's look deeper at what those numbers can mean to you if you do delay Social Security. Here we have an average benefit that would grow from $1,400 a month at 62 up to $2,400 a month if you waited to begin drawing at age 70. A huge differential. The big question is, how long will you live after age 70? And even bigger than that, what about you and your spouse? Will one of the two of you live substantially longer to receive more benefit from the system? So let's talk about maximizing spousal and survivor benefits. This little chart nails it down quite well, I think. A spousal benefit can be collected when the primary worker is still alive and has applied for Social Security benefits. Let's pause and think about that for just a moment. This means you, the federal employee, are still employed, let's say. You've hit full retirement age, you're 66 or so. Your spouse is the same age as you and is drawing Social Security benefits. You can then elect to draw a spousal benefit from their record. Let's change the scenario. Maybe your spouse is not working outside of the home. You retire, draw Social Security. They are entitled to a benefit off of your record. Let's look back at the slide. You're eligible for a partial benefit if you are retiring before the full retirement age, say at least 62, 63. You can collect not half of what your spouse was drawing for Social Security, but somewhere between 32 to 50% of that benefit. The earlier you draw a spousal benefit, the smaller that amount, and you will lock into that amount for the rest of your life. So be careful. Make sure you understand the pros and cons of drawing money earlier as a spousal benefit, but having that never to change again. Now, let's look at survivor's benefits for just a moment. The primary worker is no longer living. The survivor is at least age 60 and can collect 99% of the full benefit. And once a surviving spouse reaches full retirement age, then they are eligible to receive the 100% survivor benefit. So the system has a lot of options for benefits, not just for the worker. You need to make sure you understand how those work and the pros and cons at different ages going forward. So, spousal versus personal benefits for a married couple. Let's examine carefully what happens if you start at age 62. Let's throw an example out. If John's benefit is $1,500 at 62, Beth's at $750 if she turns her own benefit on, or she could get a spousal benefit at $704. Once she locks in at $704, she stays at that amount the rest of her life. Fast forward, instead of drawing at 62, let's assume they draw at 66. Here you find John's benefits grown to $2,000. Beth now qualifies to receive 50% of John's benefit, which is greater than her own benefit. So she's at $1,000. But if John postponed until age 70 to draw his benefit, now he gets $2,640 a month. Beth can get 50% of that, or $1,320. But as a spousal benefit, it caps out at half of John's primary benefit at age 66 in this case. Let's look at one more strategy, spousal benefit change-up. I'll take you to the slide. Anna claims her personal benefit at age 66, but Mark will claim the spousal benefit in this case. Anna continues collecting her full personal benefit. Mark turns 70 and claims his full benefit plus those accumulated credits. And then when Mark dies, Anna can switch to the higher survivor's benefit. This is a great way if there is a large disparity between the Social Security benefits of husband and wife. You can begin drawing that smaller benefit, allowing the larger benefit to become exponentially bigger with those 8% per year increases. Great strategy to get one check as large as possible in planning. Again, you have to be able to cover cash flow needs if you're not going to draw Social Security. That can be covered by withdrawals from assets, maybe additional part-time work, several ways to make that work on top of your pension. So, in conclusion, what are the next steps? Well, you need to consider your Social Security in context of the following items: your federal pension, your IRAs and your TSP, your required minimum distributions at age 70 and a half, and if you'll work or not. Let me back up to that required minimum distribution point. We have many clients, federal employees, that have retired, are not needing substantial withdrawals from their TSP because their pensions are handling their needs, and then they turn 70 and a half and they call us and say, we have to draw money from this account. And the answer is yes, by law, you must take money out of the TSP or IRA or suffer great consequences if you don't. So they are forced into taking money from the programs, and in so doing, creating more tax on Social Security benefits. So make sure you understand how your Social Security is going to work, not only the day you retire, but what about through your 70s? How's that going to look, and how are you going to maximize your benefits? For some of you, it will mean the way you save your money in tax form. Should you save in the traditional bucket or the Roth bucket? You need to examine that very carefully, because you want the three legs of your stool to work together well. The three legs of your retirement stool being Social Security, your federal pension, and your savings, which include your TSP.